Well, hey out there to all you wonderfully crazy activists and civil rights auditors, First Amendment auditors. Some that I can think of would be the great San Juan Keen and Brian over at High Impact Flicks and James Freeman, who's really awesome. And I like 5150, she's pretty cool as well. Well, listen, you guys, I'm making this video for you. I hope that you see it. I want to tell you a little story. A story about what I've done here in my town. I'm coming to you from a little town in Colorado, Paonia, which is high desert, Colorado town, mountains and desert. It's a small town, comparatively speaking, and I've been an activist and been involved in the civil rights movement since the 60s, during Vietnam and the race riots in 68 and 9 and 70. And so I've got a little bit of experience in dealing with this stuff. And one of the things that I want to tell you is that some of the accomplishments that were made back in those days, you would think that they were made because people were protesting in the streets, but actually confrontation just created more confrontation, and we figured out a way to be smarter than that. And so we got delegations of people together to go to every meeting and to apply and put in forms of every kind you could think of to every avenue in government. And finally we got some things done, like the draft stopped, for example. But the confrontational behavior really did nothing to help us. It just turned more people against each other. So I kept that in mind here, and when the police, defund the police thing came along, I saw a really good opportunity. Here in Colorado, qualified immunity was being questioned and taken into court, and I guess now qualified immunity has been sort of readjusted in our state. So I have made it a point to be involved with the local municipality and the police officers, the policy enforcers here in our town. And I early on served them with a legal notice and a letter of intent pertaining to the matters of color of law. My letter of intent, of course, was claiming all of my rights. And that's what started my relationship with them. But as the defund the police thing came along, I saw this opportunity to make some positive movement. And I really feel like you guys are doing a great job out there for the most part. But I think that it's time to step it up. I think it's time to step up. So what I have done in my town is I went to the print shop and I had this printed, and I hope you can see it well. This is a copy of the Bill of Rights through the 10th Amendment and the 14th Amendment. I also put a line on the top, and I went to the town council, to the town hall, and I FOIA requested all the names of people who have authority in our town, and I put their name on the line. Oh, here it is, over here on the line. So this was specific to them, and I thought that maybe they would keep it. The way that I approached them with this is, hey, we have all these people on the internet with more access to law than you do, and they're going to be knowing more than you do. Your qualified immunity is in jeopardy, and if you will follow this, it will protect you from being sued. And I sort of went at it in that direction. And the police officers here accepted that pretty well. As a matter of fact, since then, they've shown signs of respect in ways that I've just never seen before. So what I'm saying to you is, during these audits, when these police officers come out, if you're actually interested in the Bill of Rights in this country, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth, the Fifth, the Sixth, the 14th Amendments, then if that's what you're actually interested in, and this is what you're trying to preserve, this is your mission statement, to say the least, then I think it's important now that we try to bring people to our team that normally would be on the other side. Without creating confrontation, we can do that. So, one of the things that I hear a lot in your videos is, you're a public servant and you work for me. Well, okay, that's true. But if they're a public servant and they work for you, then I think or work for us, I think that we're all failing our responsibility as employers by not giving them the necessary tools that they need. They're not getting trained in anything in law during the academy. All of that is, the academy is tactics and how to write tickets and pit maneuvers with cars and self-defense and all of that. Very little study in law. And as you all know, many cops cannot tell you anything about this document right here. This is the ultimate law of the land. So if their training people are not training them, it is our responsibility as their employers to see to it that they follow the guidelines that have been created for them. So this is the thing that I think that we can make one of these in the hands of every police officer and every person who's raised their hand and swore an oath to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to have received one of these with their name on it. Now in my town they have these on file already. I've had them printed a number of times, and I've given them out to the Sheriff's Department and the Police Department and all the local businesses around our town. And this is hopefully a good screenshot of the print shop here in our town. If you'd like to just give them a call, you can order these over the phone and have them delivered at your house. Okay, they already have them on file, so all you have to do is ask for the Bill of Rights that they have on file. And by the way, I'm James with a Y. I'm known here as James, Jaymes. And I'm a huge civil rights supporter and activist. I've been studying law since Vietnam, and I'm going to tell you that confrontation creates confrontation. If you want cooperation, you have to be cooperative. Even though you may not get views. Like, for example, although those auditors that are going out to private businesses, well, what if those people were inadvertently being turned away from the First Amendment? We don't want that. We don't want that at all. We don't want to force it on them. So what if when they came out and said, hey, what are you doing? You handed them one of these. And you said to them, hey, we're here to present you with a gift and have a good conversation about the Bill of Rights and why it's important. Okay? They could use these moments to really do something good for this movement. Creating confrontation is, it's going to get you views because people like to watch that stuff. Even I do, I have to admit it. It also brings to light police officers that misbehave, and that should happen. However, are we interested in the Bill of Rights and our rights in this country? Because it goes way further than the First Amendment. Anyway, I thought I'd offer this to you, and hopefully you will see the value in what I'm trying to say here. I'd love to see, my mission is to get one of these in the hands of every police officer. We need to make it mandatory in their training that they have this and that they study it, they read it. They might even need a class or two about it. But it's not being trained. This is where we need to fix this system. So blessings to you all. I'm really, 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 really happy about the way that the activist community is behaving these days, trying to get us some sort of foothold with our civil rights and trying to get these police officers under control. We really need to take care of this because, you know, we're going to decide how it's going to be for our kids. So keep up the good work. I'm way behind you guys, and I do everything I can to send people in your channels and your direction. So blessings to you all, and please, whatever you do, be safe. I'm out.